Hello students, welcome to this video. In today's lesson, I will be talking to you about auxiliary verbs. They are also known as helping verbs. And as you can see, I wrote down here on the board that they are used to create verb phrases. They join another principal verb to create a phrase. And alone, when they are written alone, they do not make sense. All right? We have 4 sentences here written on the board, and I will point out to you the auxiliary verbs and the phrase they make. The first one says, she has been in Europe for 3 months. She has been. Our auxiliary verb is has. And it joins this principal verb to create a verb phrase or a phrasal verb. So this put together is a verb phrase. She has been in Europe. Most commonly, auxiliary verbs are derived from the verbs to be, to do, to have, and some of them express possibility or probability, like can, could, etc. So our auxiliary verbs usually come from these verbs, all right? In this case, this one here comes from have, right? So she has been in Europe for 3 months. The next one says, we are going to be famous. We are going to be famous. You can see that we have an infinitive here, but we are going to ignore it for the time being. We are going to focus on this auxiliary verb that joins this principal verb to create a phrase. We are going to be famous. And it is derived from be. It's one of the forms of be. The next one says, they do like pizza. They do like pizza. In this case, our auxiliary verb is this one. And it joins this complete or principal verb to create a phrase. They do like pizza. So in this case, we are using to do. Right? And the last one says, she can come anytime. She can come anytime. We are using this auxiliary verb that expresses ability, and we are joining it to this principal verb to create a phrase. She can come anytime. All right, so remember that auxiliary verbs do not make sense on their own, and they join other verbs to create phrases. And our most common auxiliary verbs come from to be, to do, to have, and things that express ability, can, possibility, could, would. All right? Next, I will give you some more practice sentences and examples so that you can be a master at this topic. Now I have more examples for you. The first one says, you are going to love this video. All right? But one of these 3 does not have an auxiliary verb. And you are going to help me figure out which one it is. And we are going to cross it out. All right? You are going to love this video. Does this have an auxiliary verb or not? Do you see any verb phrase in this sentence? We have a verb phrase. which is are going. So we must have an auxiliary verb. And we do. It is are, which is a helping verb for going. You are going to love this video. So again, we are using to be. These are not the only auxiliary verbs we have, okay? So I'm just going to put 3 dots so that you can see that we have more. All right? Anyways, the next one says, we have been learning English. Do you see any verb phrase there? If we have a verb phrase, we must have an auxiliary verb. We have been learning English. Yes, we do. We have a verb phrase here. So, one of those two must be a helping or auxiliary verb. And there you have it. The last one says, she arrived drunk to the party. Do you see any verb phrase there? No. We only have one verb here, arrived. It is in past tense, but it does not have a helping verb. So this is an action verb, isn't it? She arrived drunk to the party. So this one here would be wrong. This does not have an auxiliary verb. All right? So, well, these are our examples for practice time, and next I will give you some homework, because remember that you need to practice to be perfect. For homework, you are going to write 4 sentences using auxiliary verbs. All right? Remember to do your homework in the comment section below this video. And if you have a workbook, do it there too. And well, if you have any comment, any suggestion or question, please also type it down there. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Faby, your teacher, and I will see you in my next video. Would you like to watch my next video? Click on the television to the right. You about connecting verbs. They are also known as linking verbs. And as you can see, I wrote a note here.